Okay, another allocated bourbon blend throwdown. Well, this one, I would say most of these are probably allocated, but I'm trying to see, I wanted to see what I could get that would match this old Rip Van Winkle 10-year. It's 107 proof. Same bourbon in these, as you probably know, but these two, at least for me recently, have been not terribly difficult to purchase. Both of these bottles, thanks to my good friend Kyle, I have them, and we're gonna see. So, you've probably heard of the poor man's Pappy blend, and there's different ratios. What I did was 1/3 Weller 12-year, and I did 2/3. I've got this Weller 107 that I double oaked in my one of my full size mini barrels for, I think it was like 4 months. It went up to 116 proof. So the blend of these two comes out to 107.4 proof, very close to this. And I'm just going to say let's just say $60 with the cost of like doing a lid for the full size mini barrel. Now I also have in here just standard Weller 107 that is not double oaked. 2/3 of that to 1/3 of this Weller 12-year. That comes out to 101.4 proof, $54. Also 2/3 Weller full proof, 1/3 Weller 12-year, 106.8 proof, also very close to the proof of this. And that comes out to about $58. That's obviously if you can get these for MSRP. These two I can. My friend can get these two at MSRP. But I just looked up currently, just online, a quick search, this old Rip 10-year, I'm sorry, 12-year. Is it 12? No, it's 10. This is the old Rip 10-year, okay? 107 proof. Around $800 a bottle, which is just ludicrous. It's very good. It is not that good. So, anyways, here we go. And I know this is probably one of the most, as far as the ingredients to get a blend that meets or beats a highly allocated, I don't know, could you consider this a unicorn bottle? Maybe. I know these are probably somewhat allocated, hard to get. Like I said, I'm able to start getting these, again, at MSRP. So, here we go. I'm going to start with A through D, and we're going to see which one is which one we like the best, all right? I don't think the typical Weller 107 and Weller 12-year is going to do that good. It's just down on proof, and I know I prefer both of these, the double oaked Weller 107 and the full proof to it, but we'll see. Maybe the mix does good. And these have been sitting for about a week, okay? So I know, like, everyone says, oh, rest it for a few weeks. I did it for about a week, okay? In those little mini 2-ounce sample bottles. So here we go. Oh, what do you know? Delicious cherries. Dark cherry vanilla on A. I have to say, Wellers, when you're pouring them to do a blind like this, are some of the most delicious. Like if you like that fruit-forward cherry note and vanilla in your bourbons, man. All right, B. This smells a little muted compared to that, and not as sweet. A little more grassy almost, which is strange. Sometimes on Weller Special Reserve I get a grassy note. All right. I'm liking the nose on A better than B, I'll tell you that. C. Okay, this is getting better. But not as good as A, surprisingly. It is good though. I'm not giving you a lot of notes on these because obviously it's going to be vanilla and cherry. This is just a little more grassy. This is sweeter, richer. This is sweet. And D. D's little, gosh, on the nose, maybe a little sweeter than C. This is interesting. I'm going to start with my least favorite nose, which was B. All right, and then I'll work my way up to my favorite nose. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. Cheers. That's really good. Like, that is, if you like Weller, that is sweet, vanilla, cherry, cinnamon. And the finish lasts for a little while. That's awfully tasty. All of these I know are just going to be pretty delicious. Okay, I'm going to go to C next on the nose. I hope this shows you that, you know, although this may be a very allocated, maybe considered a unicorn bottle for some, and it is very good, I don't know if it's worthy of an $800 price tag. Like, if you have the money to spend and you want to spend your money on that, by all means. But some of these are much easier to get. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, C. C is maybe not quite as cherry forward, but it's the vanilla starts leaning into a caramel, and the cinnamon is like more expansive on your palate and the finish. It's really good. Okay, D. My goodness. Ooh. So that, I'm getting more oak on this one. Sweetness toned down, maybe, I don't know, it's sweet, but maybe slightly less cherry. Interesting. Okay, so my favorite nose was A. So let's see. It just smells so dark and rich. That's tasty too, man. That, it's like it tastes like the oldest version of these. It's darker. There's more oak across the palate. Like, if you like oak, you're gonna like that. Okay, I am going to have to pause this video and kind of go through these and take some notes, because believe it or not, they're fairly similar. They really are. It makes sense. They're the same bourbon, really. Okay, so I'll be right back. Wow. This was maybe one of the most difficult throwdowns for me to do. They're all very good, but I feel like I could break these out into two groups, like third and fourth place. Honestly, for me, they were interchangeable. One of them maybe was a little grassier, so that's why I maybe put it in last place. But it was, I mean, I was just like picking hairs there, man. It was close. And then my first and second place, I feel like kind of stepped it up from third and fourth place. One was just more cinnamon and bright. The other one was more oak spice and darker. So just, I would say between those two, it would be a mood pour. Like, do I want a whiskey that's brighter in its sweetness and more cinnamon, or do I want one that's darker and richer? Kind of, I wrote down like old rich cherry fruit leather, you know, and the spice coming from oak versus cinnamon. So, last place, still a very tasty bourbon, was C, and it's because the finish maybe had like a hay type note, which, I don't know, seems younger to me. So I'm wondering if this is the Weller 107 blend. Whoa. I promise I did not know. I mean, obviously I knew what I put in these glasses. I didn't know which glass they were in. That's surprising. Well, just know C and B. So C was my last place, and B were very close. They honestly were. It was surprising to me. Weller 107, the standard Weller 107. This one's double oaked. I just had some. Where'd it go? In like a little sample bottle. So this was Weller 107, the blend. Crazy. Wow. That is surprising. Okay. So my second place, just because I personally prefer a little more oak in my bourbons. I like an older tasting bourbon, and when I get spice from oak and I can taste that oak, to me that's what it signifies. So, but D was good. It was just brighter and a little. Just the sweetness was brighter. That's all I can say. It was good. Wow. Okay. Weller foolproof, man. That means my first place, whoa, was my Weller 107 double oaked. Which is interesting because when I did that, I don't know, might have been like a month and a half ago, like the best, barrel proof wheated bourbon. I don't think this one came too high in the ranking, but as far as a blend with Weller 12-year, wow. Get yourself some Weller 107, put it in a full-size mini barrel. I did this one for 4 months. Get yourself some Weller 12-year. 2/3 of this, 1/3 of that. It beat this. And if you can get Weller full proof, 2/3 of that in the Weller 12-year, they're, I don't know, like equal footing. This is just brighter, and this is just older tasting. So there you go, man. I really expected this to take first or second place. Honestly, I did, because it's, wow. Okay, well, there you go. Have you made a poor man's Pappy? I'm gonna call this Peter's Perfect Pappy. Okay, Weller 107 double oaked in the full size mini barrel and Weller 12-year. I have some Weller 12-year that I'm double oaking right now, and I have the Weller Special Reserve that I double oaked. I think I am going to, when this is done double oaking, I'm going to do a little throwdown mix with those versus this. Okay? All right. Well, let me know if you have done a poor man's Pappy type blend, what one worked for you, which one you preferred. I have to say I'm surprised because when I drink this neat, Chanel and I both, and we just really love it. But I mean, we know what we're drinking, so that probably plays into it because we know this is a special unicorn type bottle. Well, okay. Until next time.